So I mentioned earlier in the series and like kind of playoff games that there's going to be some stupid games in the playoffs. This was the start of it. There's dumb stuff that starts here and it boils into other games as well. So it's going to be great. This team is against, you'll see their names on the top. I think they ended up third overall in the league. They have a pretty like solid team, but they also have like 20 players on the roster, so you never know who's coming out for the playoffs. Like you can see their bench compared to ours, how it's just stacked. I think they had at least 3 full lines. They might have had more. So we'll see how it goes. And just remember, as a heads up, I don't edit out footage of things to make my team look good. I posted videos in the past of my teammate chasing someone down off the ice next to the dressing rooms, swinging his stick. So I'm not gonna edit my stuff to make my team look bad or anything. I'm just gonna put everything in there that happens because that's just how it is, and people can be the judge of themselves. So if you're buying hockey equipment and you want to support the channel, check out the links in the description. In the US, check out the links to Pure Hockey. In Canada, check out the links to Hockey Supremacy. If you click those links and make a purchase, I get a kickback from the sale. So anything that comes back from that comes right back into the channel, so I can make more content and doing like real reviews and stuff. I got buy gear to do a lot of the tests for it, so that costs money and it would be greatly appreciated. Otherwise, if you want to support the channel without buying anything, check out links in the description to Patreon, buy me a coffee. Everything through there comes again back into the channel, so I can make more content and doing real reviews.
Y'all
ready for this?
So as you can see, it started getting pretty dumb. And well, honestly, right off the face off, we kind of knew it was going to happen. They're kind of known for this, and it already happened in the new season as well, so that's always great. And the one part where like it's going to boil over more and it starts here, I get poked like after the whistle. It was closer to the whistle, but my glove was on the puck for like a good bit before the whistle blew. Everyone stopped doing anything, and then that stick came in late, and so that's why I gave him a jab and was just like told him to screw off. That boils over a lot, so you'll see it in the future as well. But that is like what I did and what kind of started it for this, and it, like I said, it will continue. So the next games are going to get worse for this, just as a heads up. And the problem here is honestly, it's like the refs. And I'm not blaming the refs for like not getting into fights and stuff, but refs in leagues like this don't want to, like there's certain people and teams that they don't want to call things against, because I know for a fact it's happened in the past where refs are kind of afraid of players. And I'm not saying it's necessarily the case here, but it's happened before in beer leagues where refs don't want to anger certain teams and players because they're scared of them, because they know who the players are off the ice, and they're kind of like not on a friendship type thing, but like physically scared of them, of what they will do. And there was a time where I played a game and one of the players like took his jersey off and was like pushing the ref and threatening the ref, and like his own team had to come in and like pull him off. So like stuff like that, these refs aren't getting paid like hundreds of dollars an hour for this. That shouldn't be in like what they have to do and what they have to deal with. But at the same time, if you don't like call penalties to begin with and you don't stop that behavior kind of to begin with, it's gonna spiral out and get worse and worse. And like when a guy breaks his stick on a player's arm in the very first shift, like you have to do something about that. Like, well, it's not necessarily in the rules to be like, okay, you're instantly out. You know that's going to boil over and get worse unless you just get rid of it right away. And that just got worse and worse and worse in the series. And unfortunately, that behavior and like being able to get away with it just makes it worse. And you have to kind of stop that right away. And this is a beer league. This isn't a thing where like anyone really cares about stats. Like this doesn't mean you're ever going to get scouted or drafted. Just you're supposed to be out there skating, exercise, trying to enjoy yourself. Like this shouldn't happen, right? And this shouldn't be a reoccurring theme. But like every league I've ever played in has kind of had stuff like this. So maybe it's a Southern Ontario thing, but like this is kind of how it is. For the game itself, my team played pretty good, but then we just kind of threw it away. Like we had a decent lead, we got in some penalty trouble, and then we kind of just, I don't know if we like stepped off the gas, but we just like, they really poured it on and we couldn't hold on to it. I thought I played pretty good. I made a few pretty good saves, and then some of the goals were just like, what do you do on that one? The first goal is a shot from the point, and it's pretty tough because there's two people in front. My teammates playing one of them, which is all he can really do. I play the shot because like it's still going in, and if it's not going in, it's coming really close to the net to going in. Guy makes a great tip out of the air, puts it in off the post and in. There's not a whole lot I really can think I can do on this. If I play this out further, I still have to play the shot, and me playing the shot would still put me off angle for how this tip was, because this direction change on this and like how high he got it in the air and where it went afterwards was impressive, and it was a really hard save to get, even if I was out past that crease. And then again, putting yourself past that crease, you're kind of, I don't want to be much further past the crease in here for a play like that. If there's a rebound anywhere, there's a lot more movement I have to make to cover that, especially with two guys in front. And if they start doing passing plays, like if some guy in front gets it, pass it to the other guy, and I'm way out that crease, chances are there's an easier angle to score to. So it's a tough goal, and not one I really feel like you can do a whole lot differently. Second goal is kind of like a similar thing with just traffic in front. Guy takes a shot, it's going wide, hits their player in the pants in front, then hits me, I make the save, and the guy gets a rebound. And so there's, again, not exactly sure what differently I have to do here, because it's just a bad bounce that I then made a save on, and then they just get a rebound. So again, one of those like just traffic in front, throwing pucks at the net, and you get a good, they get a good result out of it. Finally, this goal is a frustrating one. We really, if we just put pressure on the blue line, probably wouldn't have happened whatsoever, but we kind of gave them too much space, and it was at the end of the game, like their goalie's pulled, so we know they're going to try something. The guy just shovels the puck towards the net too, through bodies, and wasn't even like that crazy. I honestly don't even see the puck coming to begin with. Like I notice it once it gets past like my player, you can see him kind of try to kick his leg out. That's when I really recognize it. I'm too deep here, but this tip is also also absolutely perfect. And the final goal was just a shootout where I just got scored. I had one other shootout, I think, before this one, which my camera stopped filming and I won. I never win shootouts. I'm terrible in breakaways. Everyone knows I'm terrible in breakaways. The fact that I made a save here was pretty amazing. And then I let in the second one and we didn't score a single goal. So this was a disappointing start to this team's playoffs. This was the first game that this team played in playoffs because they had that bye that first round. So like, it disappointing that we had a lead, we had everything kind of under control, then it fell apart and we ended up losing a shootout. So hopefully we can bounce back from that because I would like to keep playing hockey in the playoffs here.
You're watching HockeyReviews.ca.